S3 incomplete multi-part uploads. What are they? Where can you find them? And how do you get rid of them? That is what we're going to talk about in today's video. So what are incomplete multi-part uploads? Well, imagine you have an object you want to get into S3. And if it's over 100 megabytes, the most efficient way to do this is to use multi-part uploads. That is where it breaks the object into smaller components and uploads it a bit at a time. However, what if something happens in the process of upload? Something times out, something breaks, something's cancelled. Some of the object made it into S3, but some of it is left behind. Now, the stuff that made it into S3, you are paying for because technically you have uploaded it into S3, but you can't even see it in the console. So, how are we going to make sure that you can see this and get rid of it to save you some money? There are 3 ways in which you can see your incomplete multi-part upload, so let's get into them. The first way to find incomplete multi-part uploads is in Storage Lens in S3. So the way you do this is you go to your storage, you go to dashboards, and I've made an organizational dashboard so I can see all the buckets in all my accounts. Now, if I go to the Buckets tab and I change my metric to incomplete multi-part upload bytes, because that's what we're looking for, what it will do, it will find any bucket that has this type of storage in my organization. This is a free tool that you can look at in any of your accounts. Now, if we look at this data, we can see there's a bucket that has almost 75 gigabytes of storage. Now, this is my bad bucket. Okay, now we've identified it there. Where else can we see incomplete multi-part uploads? The second place that you can see incomplete multi-part uploads is in your cost and usage report. Now, where you can go to get a query for this is the Kerr Query Library, a place where you find many, many queries of awesome resources. So if we go to our storage section and then go down to incomplete multi-part uploads, it will drop us down to where the query is. We can just copy this query and take it over to our cost and use report. Dropping it in here, we'll only need to make some small changes. We're going to change the date filter. So we're going to look at all of my spend. You can add a date filter for this and change it to be just looking at my Kerr table, which is my cost and usage report. Once that in there, I hit run and it will analyze for any situation that I have some spend that we related to an incomplete multi-part upload. And there we go, there's our buckets. And again, we can see things like my bad bucket in numerous different months having spend for this. The final way in which you can see your incomplete multi-part uploads is the Kudos dashboard. So if we go into this and we go into our Amazon S3 tab, scroll to the very, very bottom, you'll see a visual which will show you buckets that have spend in this. Be mindful, I have tweaked this dashboard to be looking at my last couple of years of spend, but this visual typically only looks at the previous month, so you might want to expand it to see things like buckets that have this, and there we go, there is my bad bucket. Now we know what incomplete multi-part uploads are and how to find them. How do we get rid of them? Well, this is a very simple process. All we need to do is go to our bucket, for example, our bad bucket, go over to management and create a lifecycle rule. Let's give this a name, something like IMPU delete, as that's what we are doing. And then we need to change the scope to everything in the bucket and acknowledge that we're doing that. All we need to do is click this marker and then agree to delete expired markers and incomplete multi-part uploads. Change this to 5 days to give a bit of buffer room and click create rule. And that is it. Now you know what incomplete multi-part uploads are, how to find them, and how to get rid of them. So make sure you do this across all buckets in your organization. And you can also do this on infrastructure as code whenever you want to create a bucket moving forward. Thank you so much.